In this video, we are exploring the concept of pyramids of biomass, which visually represent the total biomass at each trophic level within a food chain. Biomass refers to the total mass of all living organisms present at a particular level. To understand this, imagine a simple food chain that includes grass as the producer, rabbits as the primary consumers, snakes as the secondary consumers, and hawks as the tertiary consumers. In a pyramid of biomass, the bar at the bottom of the pyramid represents the combined mass of all the grass in the ecosystem. The next bar above it represents the total mass of the rabbit population that feeds on the grass. The bar above that illustrates the mass of all the snakes that consume the rabbits, and finally, the topmost bar shows the biomass of the hawks that feed on the snakes. A key feature of these pyramids is that the size of each bar decreases as you move up each trophic level. This is because as energy and biomass are transferred from one level to the next, a large portion is lost. Even though a single snake might weigh more than a single rabbit, there are far fewer snakes than rabbits, which results in less total biomass for the snake population than for the rabbit population. The primary reason for this decreasing pattern lies in the fact that only a small proportion of the biomass from one level is passed on to the next. Typically, about 10% of the biomass and energy is transferred from one trophic level to the next higher level. For instance, if we consider all the biomass stored in the grass, only about 10% of it is transferred to the rabbits, and only 10% of that is then passed on to the snakes, and so on up the chain. There are several reasons why so much biomass and energy is lost during these transfers. First, not all parts of an organism are consumed. For example, hawks are unlikely to eat the skeletons or teeth of snakes. Second, even the parts that are eaten may not be fully digested or absorbed. For example, hard materials like scales may pass through the digestive system and be excreted as waste, more formally known as feces. The third and most significant reason is that most of the absorbed nutrients and energy are used for respiration, which powers essential life processes such as movement, temperature regulation, and basic cellular activities. The byproducts of these processes, like carbon dioxide and urea, are released into the environment and do not contribute to growth or biomass storage. This means that only a small fraction of the energy is stored as body tissue and can be passed on when the animal is eaten. Now, to measure how efficiently biomass is transferred from one trophic level to another, we use a simple mathematical formula. The efficiency of biomass transfer is calculated by dividing the biomass transferred to the next trophic level by the biomass available at the previous level, and then multiplying the result by 100 to express it as a percentage. For example, if 15 kilograms of biomass is passed from rabbits to snakes, and the total biomass available in the rabbit population was 144 kilograms, we would divide 15 by 144, then multiply the result by 100, giving us an efficiency of approximately 10.4%. This tells us that just over 10% of the rabbit biomass is successfully transferred to the snakes. Similarly, if the biomass transferred from snakes to hawks is 1.6 kilograms and the total biomass in the snake population is 15 kilograms, then we divide 1.6 by 15 and multiply the result by 100 to get an efficiency of 10.7%. This consistent loss at each level explains why food chains usually have only 4 or 5 trophic levels, and why the amount of energy and biomass available to top predators is so limited. Understanding these concepts helps us see how ecosystems maintain balance, and why conserving energy at the lower levels of the food chain is so important for supporting life at the top.